everybody. Welcome back to the show. Harry McCullough here. We were talking with the president and CEO of Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. That's Cody Gray. Thanks so much for being with us, man. And today, I didn't, something pops up on your calendar every day. But
That's
today is National Plan Your Vacation Day?
It is.
So are we back in business? Or are we still inviting people down?
We are still inviting people down. We have limited room, but that's okay. You need to use our Airbnbs and our bed and breakfast. That's right.
Right.
But yeah, today is National Plan for Vacation Day. So the reason why we have this every year and the reason why it is a quote-unquote holiday every year is the fact that many of us in the workforce, right, don't use our vacation days.
Oh, right.
And so
now you're just figuring it
right,
out.
Right. And at the end of the year, we've calculated up, the U.S. Travel Association has gotten some great data and some great statistics on how many vacation days are left on the table each year, which equals out to about 4.6 days a year people are leaving on the table. So it is our way to encourage everybody, whether you're local, whether you're in Wisconsin, whether you're in Louisiana, no matter where you are, plan for your vacation, and there's no time like the present.
Yeah, that's awesome. We had talked about it earlier. It's like, we want people to come down. There's not a whole lot of spots, but things are getting back, particularly in the north part of Thibodaux, I'm sure. Things are getting where you can start housing people if they come in. And you said your Airbnbs and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, so we've had to get very creative on where to house people and so forth during this, crazy time, whether it be from COVID and now, of course, from Hurricane Ida as we recover from that. But we still have a lot of great things to offer here. I mean, our proximity in this area and in this region, we are the authentic Cajun country. And so there's a lot of people in a lot of places, even at our temporary visitor center, as we're rebuilding our other one, we've already seen people this year coming in from Oklahoma, people coming in from Texas, people coming in from New Orleans that are coming over and wanting to experience the food, wanting to experience the culture, and are still very interested in this area. So we're happy to see it.
When I lived in Florida, we had a distinct season and off season. Do we have that here?
You do. So the summer months are obviously hotter, so a lot more people try to go right. Of course, try to go indoors. We're familiar with the hurricanes, but usually our best times here are the spring, going into the summer, and then the fall is always big because of all the festival season. All the festivals and stuff brings in thousands and thousands of people. And so those are typically our seasons. Usually when you start getting into the winter months and into the holidays, things really taper off. First of the year is kind of slow, and then Mardi Gras really shoots it up, and then you roll right into spring.
I was about to say, we got a pretty good spring here. Everybody else like, it's a new year, we got to start dieting. Like, we got a couple of months before. We started in Lent. We don't start because we got to get through Mardi Gras. So
that's right.
We got 9 Mardi Gras parades.
We do this year. So we're very excited to see
Lafourche,
I was going to say, to see Mardi Gras returning to Lafourche Parish. And so we do. We have 9 parades this year, starting on February 20th, rolling all the way until March 1st.
So some of these folks didn't ride at all last year. I guess all of them didn't ride.
I was going to say,
there was a couple of them, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't think we had any in Lafourche last year.
And then, like I say, it's been a couple of years now. It's been different, right?
It has. And so we're glad to see the enthusiasm, and we started promoting and started putting out there just to see what people's reactions were, visitors' reactions, locals' reactions. Everybody is very excited for Mardi Gras this year. Of course, we encourage you to celebrate it responsibly, right?
Right.
And, obviously Omicron is still very much a real thing. It is spreading. And so, of course, we encourage people to socially distance, wash your hands, etc. And if you don't feel comfortable, wear your mask.
Right. And the good thing about Mardi Gras down here, I know they got one in a dome and one in the convention center in New Orleans. It's outdoors, right?
That's right.
I mean, yeah, we are close together, but the outdoors is the best place to be, right?
That's right. It really is. And so we've got all the information listed on all of the crews that plan to roll in Lafourche Parish on our website, lacajunbayou.com. And if you go to the calendar of events, you can see all of the schedules, routes, and all the information pertaining to the parade.
So, we were talking. So you got 5 in Thibodaux,
Correct.
1 in Golden Meadow, 1 in Gaines.
Yeah, crew of Gaines.
And then Chack Bay and, am I saying? Chack Bay and Lockport. So
you got it.
It'll be a festive time. Now, they're starting pretty soon, I imagine. Right?
Yeah, so they're starting on February 20th. But, of course, everybody is already getting into the Mardi Gras spirit. Throughout Lafourche Parish, we've got, obviously, I would be remiss if I didn't say that we have some incredible, of course, places to eat. And so with that comes king cake. And, of course, one of our premier locations to get king cake in Lafourche is the Cajun Pecan House. Just had one the other day. It was exceptional. But you also got the king cake beignets at Spars, the king cake milkshake, king cake cheesecake over at Alumni Grill. So there's a lot of great options up and down the Bayou to start celebrating Mardi Gras even before the parades start rolling on the 20th.
Terrible time to go on a diet. Right?
Yeah, now is not the time for your New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Talking about the pecan house. Yeah, I saw those folks this weekend at a wedding. So no, they do a great job, and it makes your mouth water when you think about it.
They do, and they ship them all over the country.
So when the parades start, you got the balls, which I guess those are individual clubs, so you're not inviting a lot of folks. But if you can sneak into one of those, it's open to the public. That's also a good part that people don't see. I don't know if you've ever watched on public television when you watch the meeting of the courts, and
that's right.
To see something like that in person is also pretty cool too, if you can sneak into those things.
It is. We always hear from a lot of visitors who have either done the Mardi Gras in New Orleans or have done it in bigger cities. Especially as with travel trends go with COVID and stuff, people are wanting to go to more, rural destinations or smaller destinations. And so we've gotten a lot of inquiries about people wanting to come and experience Mardi Gras in maybe a more family-friendly environment or in a more smaller destination.
Yeah. One can get a great cup, a doubloon from the crew of Couillons, right?
That's right. I mean, come on, those are the ones down in Golden Meadow. Yeah, you absolutely can.
No, that's the best. That's the best to do it. But our parades are, again, just a part of it. The pageantry, it's kind of our debutante balls, if you will.
That's right.
Presenting the maids and the pageantry that goes into a lot of that. So a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. So, man, I'm glad things are good. Hopefully back to normal a little bit. We'll knock on whatever this is, and hopefully it'll bring us luck. So
I hope so.
It's been a heck of a run. How long have you been here?
Let's see, almost 2 years now.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, right in the midst of it. Right in the midst of it.
So right from COVID, right into Hurricane Ida.
That's right.
Thanks for bringing all these good things to us.
That's right.
We appreciate it. Hey, your job obviously hadn't been made easy by just having a nice, easy runway of things to do all the time.
No.
Hopefully back to normal a little bit. And actually, it was starting last year. We got the vaccine. Things started ramping up.
It did.
Had a decent little spring.
It did.
And then Ida hit. All right.
Yep.
So that's different. So let's talk about this year, and I guess it starts with parades, it starts with king cakes, restaurants, that kind of stuff, and we got a good schedule this year.
We do. So we're already seeing a lot of our community events and festivals already announce dates for the 22 season. So like you mentioned, we'll go ahead and start off with Mardi Gras. Those parades start rolling on February 20th and go all the way until March 1st. And then we've also had some of our great festivals and events already announce their dates, and some that'll be announcing over the next couple of months to a few weeks. So St. Patrick's Day on the Bayou is going to be coming up in Lafourche Parish on March 12th. Are we going to
turn the Bayou Lafourche green or something? Can we do that?
I don't know if we can do that environmentally, but you can go and enjoy the new Nichols Bayou side right there at Nichols State University that we just
Is that
opened.
where it is?
Yeah, I was going to say yes. So that's going to be part of it.
All right.
And then also we have the Spring Arts Walk put on by Thibodaux Main Street in downtown Thibodaux. We're glad to see that coming back again there's a fall one and now we're going into a spring one. And then Play It Forward, which is a great fundraiser and event for the Bayou Country Children's Museum, who was, of course, as we all know, affected by Hurricane Ida.
Right.
A great way to come out and support them, support the kids, and support their programs that they're doing. It'll actually be held at the Foundry. It will not be held at the museum. It'll be held downtown at the Foundry. And then, of course, our big festivals that we are always excited to see every year, of course, that center around food. The Lockport Food Festival is coming back again this year, April 22nd through the 24th. And then Gainesville-Monget just released their dates, June 3rd through the 5th, along with Cajun Heritage, the Cajun Heritage Festival, which will also take place June 3rd through the 5th. And then the Golden Meadow Fouchon Tarpon Rodeo, which will take place on June 30th through July 2nd. So rolling right into the 4th of July weekend. It's a good time.
Always one of the big ones, and obviously we know what Fouchon went through last year.
That's right.
So I know that they were so proud. I think between 5 and 9 days they were back up and working down there. So I know they really been doing a lot of work to get it up and going. I know that's a big part of what they do down there is those rodeos and that kind of stuff too.
It's always a big draw.
You didn't mention Fireman's Fair. We're waiting on a date from them, but that's another one that's a big. It's usually around the same time as Jazz Fest, so probably the end of April and beginning of May.
Somewhere in that spring time frame, and then Acadia Music Fest, which takes place in the fall, and we were so fortunate enough that we were able to have it this year after Ida, and they had an incredible turnout. They're coming back October 29th.
Okay, so that'll stay in the fall.
It'll stay in the fall.
Okay, because they were at one time in the spring, or no?
I believe so. I think they were at one time. I know it's the whole schedule's been kind of cattywampus since Ida
since you showed up.
COVID. Yeah, since I showed up. I'm sorry. I hope it's not due to me. But yeah, October 29th, so staying in the fall.
No, it's a great time. And we talked about seasons. We really got a couple of seasons here, right?
Yep.
You know, we do have great weather in the fall. We also have football season.
That's right.
And then we do have, you know, the spring is when a lot of festivals also happen. So it's a great time. And, you know, you can almost feel the rebirth of people, especially outside. And most of our things are going to be outside. So
That's right.
do you sense that there's a turn in the way people are ready to go now?
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people are getting back out. I mean, you know, after being a year shut in, right, people are getting out and living their lives and going back to traveling again.
Right.
Even though things may look
right.
very different, and it's not going to be the way it was in 2019,
Sure.
people are getting out and getting back into a new sense of normal, a new sense of getting out and living their lives and going and doing these things. And so we do, especially even here in the local area after Ida, people are coming back together, communities are coming back together, things are coming back, things are starting to reopen and take shape and take place. And so we see a lot of renewed optimism and renewed faith in what's going on.
And I think, you know, us being a little more rural will help out in that regard. I know in New Orleans, I've been in the middle of Bourbon Street, right, where you can't move. You're just part of the mob, you know. And when I think about that, it makes you a little nervous. Just it's the whole world's changed in that regard too. I'm not ready. I don't think to go in a mosh pit anytime soon.
No, and
but I think that may also benefit, you know, the Cajun Bayou.
It does. I mean, that is absolutely a fact. I mean, we've watched the data, we've watched all the trends and insights, all the way from national outlets, all the way down to state, to the Office of Tourism, and the way people have traveled changes. I mean, now people that, you know, wanted to go to New Orleans and were doing the whole New Orleans thing, but like you said, the mindset there now is, ooh, that's too many people. Let's go, 35 miles south of New Orleans. There's Lafourche Parish. There's Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Let's check that out. What's that about? And so we do see a lot of people coming over from larger cities wanting to experience and really get into the culture and into the original Louisiana.
Right. And yeah, and I tell you, I was at a wedding this weekend. People were like, "Oh, the New Orleans is so Cajun," and I was like, "It's more kind of European. The Cajuns are down, you know, 50 miles away. It's a little different down here, and both awesome, right?
That's
you know,
right.
both awesome, no
That's
doubt.
right.
But it is different and something else for people to see. So that would be a good opportunity to folks to come down. Are people still wanting to do those kind of working vacations too, where they come down, volunteer a little bit, and see things around, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially now that, you know, remote work is now more available than ever, right? I mean, you always have your laptop, your cell phone, and so people have been working remotely over the past year, 2 years. And so people are, you know, taking those work vacations, so to speak. I mean, going back to National Plan Your Vacation Day, people are able to go and say, you know, well, I'm going to go on vacation, but I'm going to take a couple of days while I'm there and work and play. And so you have that, more employers and more companies are doing that more flexibility. So you're seeing more of an increase in that work travel mode. And it's really interesting to see how that dynamic is changing, how people are getting out and exploring now.
Yeah, well, let's push people to your website real quick.
Absolutely. So to check out everything going on in Louisiana's Cajun Bayou, and for all the information on upcoming events this year, and also on all of our Mardi Gras festivities, you can go to lacajunbayou.com.
All right. Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Anytime. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back. We'll buy you time after this.